We're going to take a deep dive into MidJourney by using film types. We're going to go all throughout history and look at the different film types and see how MidJourney uses film types to make super captivating images. You just can't get these images through prompting. So architects, architecture students, and students thinking about architecture, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. So here we are at filmcolors.org. I found this amazing website that is a timeline that starts in the 1800s and goes to the 2012 and looks at all the different film types that were used. And if I just zoom in a little bit and just click on one, you see I get that film type. And MidJourney understands these film types and makes really awesome images using the types. You don't have to put in a whole bunch of words in your prompt to get a unique image. You can just use these film types. Let's see how it works. All right, we're going to start. We're going to go to 1990. Okay, so I'm going to pick a film type from 1990 here. And I'm just going to copy and I'm going to end up pasting that into MidJourney. Okay, so I'm going to paste that in and I need some prompts in front of that. Let's take out some of this text here, all these dates in front of it. Let's get rid of that. And I'm going to go over to a document where I have a prompt. So we're going to look at a woman walking through a crowded lobby in the style of Zaha Hadid. So let's paste that in here. And we'll add a comma here. So let's look at this prompt. A woman walking through a crowded lobby in the style of Zaha Hadid, smiling at the camera. That's a trick to get a person looking at the camera. And then the film type. And we'll just use a square aspect ratio for now. Let's see what we get. So there's just a quality to the image that you wouldn't get if you were just typing in that first part of the prompt. A woman walking through a crowded lobby, smiling at the camera in Zaha Hadid style. You just wouldn't get it to look like this. The film type is doing a lot of the work for you here. Let's just keep going. Let's take another look at it. Let's go back in time a little further, and let's go back to the time of Eero Saarinen. So let's go ahead and paste that in here. So same prompt, but we're going to use Eero Saarinen. And let's get our film type. So we're going to go back to the 1970s and pick one from the 1970s, around the time when Eero Saarinen was popular. And I'm just picking any one of these. So let's see what we get. All right. I like this one here. I think this one is pretty cool. Got that 70s vibe. All right, let's do a couple more. Let's go to the 1950s and look at Mies. And we need a film type, so we need something from the 1950s. Just pick one out of here. Paste that in. See what we get. All right, the 50s. We have arrived in the 50s with a little Mies curtain wall there. This is just too fun. This is such a fun little exercise to do. Mies's stone, his famous stone walls and columns that you can see in the IBM building in Chicago. All right, let's look at one more of these. Let's go to the 1940s and look at Frank Lloyd Wright. All right, 1940. Let's go to 1940. Pick one of these out. Oh, this one got a lot of text. This one's going to be interesting, I hope. Let's see. Let's paste it in here. Let's get the front part of the prompt. So we need the style of Frank Lloyd Wright. See what we get. Wow, this is a really interesting film type. Way too many columns in this space, so that's kind of funny, but it must be looking at Frank Lloyd Wright's Johnson Wax Factory in Racine, Wisconsin. But the film type is super interesting. All right, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. A really fun way to get MidJourney to create some really unique images. All right, I'll see you on the next one.